Black eye, black hair, black skin, black queen, stand majestic with the black king. Today I'll sing you a black song. You need to hear about beautiful black things, cause most time we hear about black.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to Everything Aish. So yes, I'm just gonna touch on like basically what's been going on regarding racism, anti-blackness, police brutality, etc. But I just want to come from like a different standpoint rather than just making a video educating you on what's been going on. I think Google is free. If you want to, you know, research the police brutality cases, you are more than welcome to, and I think that's what you should be doing to educate yourselves. You should be educating yourselves on, you know, the Black Lives Matter movement, how it started, where it started, etc. Like, all the information is basically out there for you to go and research and go and, you know, look at. I'm just coming on a standpoint of why I'm just not talking to non-black people about race anymore. So it just comes from this point. It's like, okay, are you tired of seeing all these posts on, you know, anti-racism and police brutality and how black people feel about racism? Like, are you actually tired? Because if you are tired of seeing all these posts, I just want you to deep how tired we are of experiencing racism. Just like, I want you to just think about that for a second, because it's a lot to deal with. And the reason I'm saying non-black people and not just white people, because it's not just white people that sit here and be racist towards black people. It's not. In terms of, you know, white privilege, I feel like white privilege, to some white people, they find it as an offensive term, and it's not. Me telling you that you have white privilege isn't calling you racist. Me telling you that you have white privilege is me telling you that the color of your skin gets you perks in this life automatically. Like, you don't have to do anything to have white privilege. All you have to do is be born white. It's that simple. So just by being born white, you will have, you know, the better opportunity for jobs. You just won't face discrimination. You don't see a white person being followed in the shops, do you? You don't see a white person, you know, walking past a group of people and them like, okay, they're holding their like bags a bit tighter. You don't see that. As a white person, you won't go through life having to work crazily hard to get into top positions. Whereas as someone who's black, as someone with darker skin, we do get followed in shops. You'll be surprised how many times I've been to a Boots, a Superdrug, where like the types of shops where you would find like security at the door. It's more the drugstore ones, never really like a supermarket. So let's say Boots, and this happened when I say at the beginning of a pandemic. It was like mid-February. I'd gone to Boots because I needed to get something from NYX, and my brother needed a new he ran out of his aftershave perfume, whichever one. He'd run out, so I went to go get another one. So I walk in, and whenever I'm going to Boots or Superdrug, I don't go in just to I go in for purpose. I know what I'm looking for. So I'm walking in, I walk into the aisle, and I'm looking to the right, and the security guard is there. And I'm like, okay, you know, maybe it's a coincidence, in it, like. So what I like to do is I like to test the theory. I will go into aisles I have no business being in, just to make sure you're following me, and just to make sure that I'm not crazy. So I start to go into like the aisle for hair dye. Within 2 seconds, he's there at the bottom of the aisle. Cool, I move on. I must have gone into the aisle for like skincare, face masks. I turn around, he's at the bottom of the aisle. So I'm like, cool. Where the NYX station is further inside the store. So I was like, you know what? This is the real test. So I went all the way around the back to where like the NYX station is, and behind it. So you wouldn't be able to see me unless you two came behind where the NYX thing is. Within, I wouldn't even say 20 seconds, who is there pretending to go to the staff entrance? And I'm thinking, hold on. Like, Do you not see all these other people in the store? Am I the only one? Like, am I the only one here? Am I tripping? I know what I came for. I came here. I have got money in my account. I'm not a thief. I'm stealing from Boots. Like, come on. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's my business? At Superdrug, it's worse because it's not even security, it's employees. I've been moving in hours in Superdrug just for bands. I don't need anything there. What am I looking at herbal vitamins for? I don't need that. But I'll go there just to make sure that I know for a fact that you're following me. Like, as a white person, you won't experience that. You won't go into a store and have security on your back. Because apparently it's just black people that steal, right? It's just black people that don't have money. In the Western world, the treatment of black people is mad sometimes. And yes, police brutality is being considered an American issue because of George Floyd. However, George Floyd is one of many. George Floyd, yes, he may have triggered the massive outburst of Black Lives Matter, but do the research, right, and see how long the Black Lives Matter movement has been here for, because it has been here for a long time. Google Trayvon Martin, Google Sandra Bland, Google all these people who have been killed at the hands of police brutality. I promise you, you will start to see that, people are literally being killed unprovoked. The UK is not innocent. Google how many people in the UK have been killed through the justice system, through police. And this is the thing. Since this whole Black Lives Matter movement has become big, black people have behaved very civilized. Peaceful protests, right, have been our main focus. Peaceful protests, petitions, using our voices on social media, even though in the grand scale of things we don't have one. So us telling people to pull up, us telling our white counterparts, our Asian counterparts who have a voice to say something is because you're likely to be heard. We aren't. You're likely to get the response. We aren't. How many protests are we gonna sit here and do until we get listened to? If a white person sits here and shows outrage, they get listened to. If a black person shows outrage, oh, we're aggressive. You know, we're loud. You know, we're talking too much. We're doing too much. Like, when are we gonna change the narrative? When are we gonna start, you know, hearing the voices of black people? Blackout Tuesday for some people was a social media trend. For some people, it was a way to maybe get 2 followers because they can see that, oh, I'm following the Black Lives Matter movement. Because since then, from a lot of people, non-black people specifically, crickets. Crickets. You pulled up for Black Tuesday, you posted your square, you got your likes, you may have put up 2 story, but since then, where have you been? What have you been doing? Have you been still pushing the agenda? Because it's gone a bit too quiet. It has gone a bit too quiet. We are attending peaceful protest after peaceful protest to fight for our rights, right? Us attending peaceful protests. Do you know how many white people I've seen on social media complaining about people protesting for Black Lives Matter? Oh, you're gonna increase coronavirus. But when Tommy Robinson's boys dropped in London last week, silence. All of a sudden, oh, they're not gonna increase the spread of coronavirus. You know, you had when the policeman fell off his horse because he banged into a traffic light, horse gone. So it's like, oh, all these black people, they're trying to kill animals. Look at them, they're hurting the animals. First of all, why are you bringing the horse to a peaceful protest? What is the reason? Second of all, was it not the same horses that came back last weekend that white people were beaten on? These people that claimed they were coming to protect the statues. Protect the statues, and they're causing more riots than we ever did in any protest we've done so far. But the news isn't going to show you that. The news isn't. You know, the day that we had the Black Lives Matter peaceful protest, what was on the paper the next day? Madeleine McCann. This is the issue. Why are white issues in this country way more important than black issues? Like, I just want to understand what's going on here. And what I don't like as well is that people are starting to sit here and do struggle Olympics. Let's not do that here. Let's not, please. If we're talking about Black Lives Matter, if there's a post on Black Lives Matter, please stop coming here to tell me about, oh, but this is going on here, oh, but this is going on there, oh, but this, because this is the issue. Why are we doing struggle Olympics about whose race is getting killed the most? Why must we sit here and have to compete for attention? It annoys me because I feel like all these other groups who are fighting for this, that, there are 365 days in the year that you could have been here applying pressure on said situation, right? But now you're seeing that Black Lives Matter is getting more traction. You're trying to throw your issue in there. That's not how it works. And that's how people take away from the Black Lives Matter issue. That's how you're making Black Lives Matter be seen as less important. We're not going to do that over here. We're not. Have some respect, sign petitions, join the movement, or be gone. It's that simple. And I'm not trying to, police how people use their social media. I'm not. You cannot come and tell me you've been on socials for the past few weeks and you've seen nothing on Black Lives Matter. You cannot come and tell me you've not seen your favorite influencer posting about Black Lives Matter, because even I've seen non-black influencers using their voice. I've seen non-black celebrities using their voice. So don't come and sit here and tell me that you have not, I've not seen it enough, no, because it's a lie, point blank, period. Or your favorite brands are commenting about it. Your favorite influencers are commenting about it. You're being reminded about it every single day. Have some shame. Be honest with yourself. Do your research and pull up. It's that simple. I'm not gonna sit here and remind my non-black friends to use their social media. To me, if you're in my life and you're my friend and you value my life, if you value other black people's lives, use your voice and say something. Repost petitions, repost ways that you can help to donate. If you don't have money, many influencers are donating revenue from their videos to Black Lives Matter. Watch videos. Repost the videos you're watching so other people can watch them too. Use the voice that you have, because your voice, I'm telling you now, is a lot more powerful than mine. I don't care how many followers you have. Whether you have 30 followers, whether you have 500, 1k, 2k, 10k, someone is always listening and someone will always learn. There's no platform that is too small to educate somebody. 100%. So I'm not trying to hear this excuse of I don't think anyone's listening. Someone is always watching. Your story will always get views. Don't be a baby about it. Pull up, show your support. Because being black in the Western world is not simple. It's not simple. In big 2020, when we are in a pandemic is already killing our people. Black and minority ethnics, we are more likely to be killed by the coronavirus. On top of that, police are killing us too. Can we just take a moment? Because I don't think you're deep in it. A virus is killing our people. On top of a virus killing our people, police are killing our people too. So where do we go from here? Like, when is it going to stop? When are we going to have a month, 2 months, 3 months without a black person being killed? And I've sat here on my social media and I say I don't like the term black and minority ethnics. I don't like the term people of colour either. And it's a very unpopular opinion. I fully understand that. But the reason I don't like it is because that is how the system will group us together and try to group our issues together. No, a black issue is a black issue. An Asian issue is an Asian issue. A Hispanic issue is a Hispanic issue. My issues and an Asian person's issues, they're not the same issues. We don't face the same problems. We don't face the same racism. We don't. So don't group me together with another group of people. The same way I'm not gonna, you know, sit here and relate to the racism or the prejudice an Asian person faces. I'm not. That's not my culture. That's not my heritage. Why would I be able to relate to that? So don't be coming here to group us together. And another reason I don't like the term is because if we're being honest, there's Asian people who don't like black people. Yeah, it's not all of you, it's not all Asian people, but you will be surprised how many Asian people within their own communities slander black people. It's in your system. The way that, oh, you know, it's better to be a lighter Asian, you don't want an Asian person that's too dark. But aren't you all Asian? So what's the point? You know, all these, you know, derogatory terms that Asian people have for black people. And it's like, okay, so you've sat here to tap dance for the white market thinking, okay, if I tap dance for the white market, maybe they're going to like me even more. No, because to a racist white person, you're always going to be Asian. Just like to a racist white person, I'm always going to be black. So if you really want to jump on this BAME stuff, if you really want to, you know, be classed as people of color, back us as black people. Right? Because you will be fighting to go to see J. Cole, Drake, Kanye, Beyonce, all these black musicians. You'll be fighting, you know, for tickets. You'll be fighting to be front row. You'll be fighting to say the N-word in their songs. Oh, I heard Drake say it, so why can't I say it? The way you sit here and fight for all these things, the way you sit here and fight to say the N-word, the way you sit here and fight to appropriate and take black culture, the way you do your hair, the way you dress, the way you act, the songs that you sing, the way you speak stems from black culture. You're here doing your wagwan da 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 da, knowing that it stems from black culture. But you're very, very quiet on black matters. Now that's an issue because that's kind of creepy. Don't try pick and choose what part of the culture you want to steal from. If you're sitting here and you want to appropriate the whole thing, pull up. Back us. It's as simple as. There's no ifs, there's no buts, there's no nothing. You're either with us or you're with the racist. It's that simple, because there's really two sides here. You're anti-racist or you're not. There's no fence here. You can't sit here and say, well, do you know what, like I'm not no. You're anti-racist or you're not. So which side are you picking? Where are you going to pull up? How are you going to use your voice to support black people? Simple as. I'm not sitting here and talking to non-black people about race anymore. I'm not. It's exhausting. It's not my job. Educate yourselves. Use resources. Learn about our history. Our history is not taught in schools. You'll be surprised how many black people had influence on today's society. All these statues that you're seeing of slave owners, all these statues in the UK of prominent people. People are fighting for Winston Churchill, forgetting all the things that he had to do with in India. Please, you people are celebrating someone who did badness in this world. Oh boy, because he was Churchill. Please, have some shame. There are statues of slave owners. Slave. And people are none of the wiser. I'm not talking to non-black people about race anymore. I'm not. It's exhausting. Use your brain. Use your resources that you have. It's that simple.
They never told us that black is beautiful. They never told us black is beautiful.